Hello everybody and welcome to our special end of year prediction show with me, Michael.
And I'm Gemma.
You are? Yeah, this is our end of year prediction show, but we're doing it a bit differently. This is maybe first of two, because this isn't, we say this is our end of year prediction show, but it's not actually, is it?
No, we're using the power of the future.
It's the power of now.
ChatGPT.
AI, it's what everyone's talking about.
3.5.
Love it. Well, ChatGPT 3.5 is absolutely not the future, but it's what we've got, and we're going to be seeing if AI can figure out what's going to be happening in Coronation Street next year. Because, usually, I'm sure we will deal with some predictions of our own later, but for fun, we thought, well, maybe a computer could do it better. Yeah. It's been a busy year.
Just outsourced it.
There's been, exactly. There's been acid attacks, there's been MND diagnoses, there's been bullying, terrible stuff. There's been scaffolding that won't come down. But what does ChatGPT think is going to happen in 2024? I'm trying to get this out there before too many of the actual 2024 previews from Ian Spoilers McLeod come out. I know that there's already a few from what's happening around New Year, so we're going to try and avoid some of those topics because I've seen some of them but not all of them. And we're going to look into the future. So the idea with this is ChatGPT can't actually do predictions, it's not magic, but what we can get it to do is pretend to be a story producer on Coronation Street, like good old Joe Parkinson is at the moment. And we're going to, I've got a prompt right here, so we're going to put it in and see what it does. So Gemma, would you like to be my my glamorous prompt reader?
Oh, I could do that,
as I've been talking a lot so far today.
So the prompt is, imagine you are the story producer on Coronation Street. I'm going to describe some current stories and I'd like you to say how you would have them develop over the next 12 months. Describe 5 key plot points for each story and focus on making it as engaging as possible for viewers.
Very important.
Be specific with your description, saying exactly what each character will do.
So I've had a bit of a practice dummy run on this already, and I don't know, sometimes it's a bit vague about what it thinks is going to happen, but I've added a few more bits of the prompt there just to see whether it's going to do any good. So let's, without further ado, just see what it says this. Oops.
What's it going to say to that, though?
Well, it says, certainly,
okay.
Please provide me with the current storylines you'd like to develop, and I'll be happy to help outline 5 key... What's a tongue twister this? I'll help to outline 5 key plot points for each over the next 12 months.
I feel like I'm on Star Trek.
This is, I'll tell you what, it's proper futuristic, but now. So, we're going to start off with the Ryan and Daisy story. Gemma, what's been going on with old Ryan and Daisy so far this year?
I don't know. What are you asking me?
You do.
They get together, didn't they?
They have got together.
You've already written this, so I feel like it's a test.
Okay, that was a test. I have already prepared some statements about, because basically we're going to put in here what's been going on so far and see what it comes up with. So this is my description here of what's been going on.
Why are you trying to trick me?
I'm not, I'm just seeing whether you're paying attention.
You know I'm not.
Would you like to read out our prompt for the Ryan and Daisy storyline?
Earlier this year, Ryan Connor was hit in the face with a cup of acid, I would say, trying to protect Daisy Midgley, the intended victim of the attack. The attack took place on the day of Daisy's wedding to Daniel Osborne and was perpetrated by Justin Rutherford, Daisy's stalker.
Oh, he's a wrong.
You didn't put any Scottish, that's very important.
Well.
He has since been sent to jail. The wedding was called off, and in the past 6 months, Daisy and Ryan have been getting closer, have kissed, and slept together once. And it was amazing. Daniel has since found out about this and just thrown Daisy out. Other people involved in the storyline have been Daniel's 4-year-old son Bertie, Daisy's stepmom Jenny Connor, the Rovers Return's landlady, Ryan's aunt Carla Connor, the Knicker Factory boss, and Crystal, Ryan's new girlfriend.
So do you reckon that's a pretty good summary of what's happened so far in the story?
Got to keep it concise.
Got the main bits there, haven't I? Okay, well, let's see what ChatGPT reckons is going to happen in 2024.
Oh, gosh.
So, love triangle, everybody. Right. Daniel's betrayal unleashed. Over the next few weeks, Daniel, write this down everyone, it's going to happen, is devastated and humiliated by the revelation of Daisy and Ryan's affair. Unable to cope, he decides to publicly expose their betrayal, leading to a dramatic confrontation at the Rovers Return.
Nice.
Daniel confronts Daisy and Ryan in front of a shocked crowd, so clearly this thinks that the Rovers is going to be open, including Jenny, Carla and Crystal. The emotional showdown results in Daisy being thrown out of the pub, facing public scrutiny. So that sounds like the sort of thing that Daniel might do.
How likely
do you
think...
public shaming.
Yeah, I think so. How likely do you think it is that Jenny would chuck her out?
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's not her that chucks her out. Maybe just the sheer force of the locals say, we don't want you in here. You're wrong. We would never have affairs.
No. Also, we don't know who the landlady is.
We don't at the moment, but it's very, very true. So there's also going to be Bertie's custody battle. Daniel, fueled by anger and hurt, decides to fight for sole custody of Bertie. Well, he's already got him already. This decision sparks a bitter custody battle between Daniel and Daisy, forcing friends and families to pick sides. Jenny, torn between her loyalty to Daniel and her sympathy for Daisy, finds herself in the middle of the conflict while Carla supports her nephew Ryan. The courtroom drama brings out shocking revelations about each character, adding layers to the storyline.
I don't know that's going to happen.
I don't think so. Maybe if he had been able to trick her to sign those adoption papers last week.
Yeah, that would have been a silly move, really, in hindsight.
Jenny's struggle with loyalty. As tensions rise, Jenny struggles to maintain control of the Rovers Return. The pub becomes a battleground for emotions as regulars take sides in the love triangle. Jenny faces her own moral dilemma, torn between supporting her son Daniel, and understanding Daisy's perspective. A heartfelt conversation with Carla forces Jenny to reevaluate her priorities, and her decisions will have a significant impact on the outcome of the custody battle.
Interesting. I'm trying to see here. You did say it was Daisy's stepmom, not Daniel's stepmom. So
yeah, so it's got a bit wrong there. Never mind. It does say at the bottom, ChatGPT can make mistakes.
Yeah.
Ryan's redemption quest. Ryan, feeling guilt-ridden over his role in the breakup of Daniel's family, decides to prove he can be a stable and responsible partner. He takes decisive steps to rebuild his life, seeking therapy to address his past issues. At the Knicker Factory, Carla supports Ryan's journey towards redemption, setting the stage for personal growth. Meanwhile, Crystal grapples with her feelings for Ryan and the challenges their relationship faces.
That bit sounds boring.
Finally, an explosive wedding showdown. What's this? Wedding showdown. The storyline reaches its climax at a major event, perhaps another wedding in Weatherfield. Daniel, Daisy and Ryan are all present, and tensions reach a boiling point. As secrets and lies unravel, unexpected alliances form, leading to a dramatic showdown that will leave viewers on the edge of their seats. The outcome of this event will shape the future of the characters involved, leaving lasting consequences for the residents of Coronation Street.
That sounds a bit like sometimes when we get the press releases through.
There's a little bit. I wonder whose wedding it's going to be. I wonder whether we can just ask it. Whose wedding could this be at? Let's see what it thinks. Carla and Peter are going to get married again. Okay, that's interesting.
Well, maybe it's
not convinced that's going to happen, but you never know. You never know.
Of vows.
Maybe that's going to be a vow renewal. We won't read this whole thing for Carla and Peter, and they're going to have a confrontation there.
That would be shocking, wouldn't it?
That would be shocking. So Daisy's going to get thrown out of the pub after Daniel makes it public, and there's going to be a wedding where there's going to be a big showdown.
Can you ask it whether Daniel and Daisy will end up together? Who's going to end up?
Yeah, that's very important to know. Who will Daisy
end up
ultimately end up with? Daniel or Ryan? I bet it'll be sitting on the fence. Here's a suggestion. Okay. Twist of fate. After being thrown out by Daniel and facing public scrutiny, Daisy takes some time for self-reflection. She realises she needs to focus on her own growth and independence before committing to a serious relationship. Just forget, who's it going to be? Ryan continues journey of redemption. Jenny's still loyal to Daniel for some reason. Jenny encourages Daisy to take the time she needs to make a decision.
Crystal.
Yeah. Daisy decides to prioritise her own growth and independence over choosing between Ryan and Daniel. Are you not even telling us?
No, it says open-ended. She's focusing on her career and personal development.
So there we go. She doesn't stay with either of them.
Pick one. Okay. Say pick one. I'm not having this.
Pick one.
Yeah, pick one. Pick one.
Ryan or Daniel.
Yeah, pick one. See, still going.
There we go. Ryan, look, Daisy chooses Ryan, a surprising turn of events.
Right, I don't need any more.
Don't need to know any more than that. Okay, so Daniel's going to shame Daisy. She's going to get thrown out of the Rovers. There's going to be some kind of conflict at Peter and Carla's wedding, apparently. And
Crystal's left, good for her.
Okay, and Ryan is ultimately going to get together with Daisy. Fantastic. Okay. So what we're going to do now then is see if we can figure out what this might look like, and we're going to be using Bing's image creator to see if it can picture this for us. So I've got a scene. I've got a prompt from this typed in already. A scene at a wedding between a glamorous 50-year-old woman, Carla, I'm estimating some ages here, and a rugged 58-year-old man who are getting married in the background.
You should say something about he's a He's an ex-sailor.
I've only got so many words that I can fit in. In the foreground, there's a dramatic conflict between a beautiful 30... Ooh, this isn't working very well. A 30-year-old brunette and two similarly aged men. One of the men has an acid scar on his left cheek.
And we do know that Charlotte Jordan's not 30.
We're rounding up.
Yeah.
Rounding around. Let's see what it comes up with for this. So I'm quite excited to see it. The thing with these is that it doesn't often do a very good job. And then there's 5 people we want in this scene. I'm not convinced it's going to work.
Wait, what do you think is going to happen?
Well, it might just try and make up some extra people. I don't know.
Well, there should be onlookers. It's a wedding. There should be guests. Should be... Oh,
what? Here we
are.
Oh my
goodness me. This is
right.
like a romance novel,
so which one is it? Well, there's this woman here. This Daisy here has got acid scars as well. He's a bit old for Ryan.
Yeah.
God,
they've been attacked by a lion.
That could be it. I don't know. There's
they're all Asian.
Some Asian characters there.
That's good.
Oh, and here the man is in a bride.
I think there should be an Asian family. Yeah, and there should be more male brides.
Should we have this one?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, so this is Ryan and Daisy having some kind.
That's what Carla and Peter.
Oh yeah, they're actually getting married there, aren't they?
Yeah, and then go forward, and then no.
Or maybe it's going to be this. Here's Carla and Peter.
Okay.
Here's Ryan. Apparently,
he's aged.
He's aged somewhat and growing a beard. It's been a very traumatic year for him. And there's Daisy, who's clearly got an acid scar as well.
This is a dramatic conflict.
So there we go. There's our first prediction for 2024. Next up, Paul's story, Gemma. I think we know where this one's going to go. 6 to 12 months time or thereabouts, but we don't know how the journey's going to be to get there, so let's find out. I've got a prompt for this one. I'm going to read this one. We'll take it in turns. So earlier this year, 33-year-old Paul Foreman was diagnosed with MND. Over the course of the year, he's been having to deal with the degenerative condition with the support of his mum Bernie, his twin sister Gemma, and Billy, the vicar he married in a secret ceremony a few months ago. Bernie has recently been put in prison for 3 months for selling stolen laptops and feels incredibly guilty about not being able to support Paul whilst she's inside. Throughout the story, Paul, who is now in a wheelchair, has been trying to put a positive spin on things. Or that's supposed to be spin. It says positive spin on things. I'm going to change that. Spin on things and face his condition with good humour. He was told a few months ago that he has between 6 and 12 months to live. Do you want to find out what's going to happen?
Oh.
Do you want to know?
I don't
he's
really.
going to peter out. Let's have a look. Let's see. Right, what's ChatGPT say? We want to keep this positive. Right. Finding strength in adversity, they've called it, Gemma, all right?
Right. Good.
So Bernie's going to redeem herself. While in prison, Bernie becomes determined to make amends for her past mistakes. She seeks vocational training opportunities and participates in counselling programmes to address the underlying issues that led her to a life of crime. Well, that's nice, isn't it?
Well, the judge did say that she was a naughty minx and that she's
needs to pull her socks up. Well, she's going to a pulling your socks up counselling programme, so perfect. As she walks towards rehabilitation, Bernie becomes an unexpected source of inspiration for other inmates, developing a new perspective on life. Okay, so we're going to see some Bernie in prison story, it seems like. We're not just Jane Hazelgrove having 3 months off.
No.
What else we got? Gemma's struggle with... as our resident Gemma, would you like to read this one out? What's going on with Gemma here?
Well, while Bernie's in prison, Gemma takes on the role of Paul's primary caregiver, overwhelmed...
That's what Billy's doing at the moment during this, but never mind.
Well, we'll find out. Overwhelmed by guilt for not being able to spend as much time as possible with Paul. I'm making up
Excellent
stuff.
reading, Gemma. This is good.
As she would like, Gemma battles with her own emotions. The storyline delves into Gemma's internal conflict as she juggles with the responsibilities of caring for her brother, managing her own family, and dealing with the absence of their mother.
Quite.
Gemma's journey becomes a poignant exploration of love, sacrifice, and the challenges of family dynamics.
Okay, not being too specific there, but Gemma's going to be taking on Paul's caregiving. What about...
I like this.
There we go. Paul's past revealed.
No, Billy's past.
Billy's past... See, I can't read either. I can talk. As Paul's condition worsens, Billy's past comes back to haunt him. Do you think
Dead
this is...
Susan.
No. Oh, yeah, it might be Dead Susan Barlow. Or what's his brother's name? Lee. Let's see. Skeletons from his closet resurface, creating tension and conflict within his relationship with Paul. The storyline explores Billy's struggle to confront his own demons while trying to be the pillar of support. I think I need more details on this.
You need to tell it that...
what sort of skeletons are going to come out of Billy's closet next?
You need to tell... that he's got form and which one is it and what will happen.
Okay, we might do that then.
Yeah.
Oh, this sounds like community support for Paul.
Well, they're going to do the residents will rally together, fundraising events, awareness campaigns, acts of kindness. Create a sense of unity. Paul's story becomes a catalyst for important conversations about disability, terminal illness, and the power of empathy. The community's collective efforts provide a ray of hope for the challenges amid the challenges Paul faces.
And he's going to do a legacy project.
Do you know what he should do?
What?
I haven't seen this done for years.
You go on.
Time capsule.
This isn't your predictions, Gemma. If this wants to tell us predictions, it'll take predictions.
Tell me what it is.
Determined to leave a positive impact despite his limited time, he initiates a legacy project that brings together family, friends, and community members. This project could be a community garden.
I've got
one already. Charity event or an art installation that reflects Paul's spirit and resilience. Okay, as his health deteriorates, a legacy project becomes a symbol of hope and endurance, leaving a lasting impression on Weatherfield and its well, that's quite nice, isn't it?
I wish they hadn't.
He's going to leave something behind. But a charity event. I want to know what sort of charity event. What kind of charity event might Paul organise? Or should it be, will he organise? Because this is, as we know, is definitely going to happen. What have we got? Wheels of Hope Fun Run. In an effort to raise awareness for motor neuron disease and generate funds for research and support, Paul organises the Wheels of Hope Fun Run. This event's designed to celebrate... What is it, though? A unique fun run that welcomes participants of all abilities. Instead of a traditional running event, they can walk, run, cycle, or even use wheelchairs. I think I know what we're doing with our picture generator here. This is not... It's been so... Do you remember back in the 70s they had a buggy race?
Yeah, but I also remember they did a fun run.
Yeah, this is combining the emphasis on a unity, understanding, and breaking down barriers. Okay, so I don't...
They go in on iconic locations in Weatherfield, like the canal, probably.
Rovers Return, the Knicker Factory, and local parks. Well, this seems lovely. I like this. It's not...
Oh, look.
Oh, there's some look, bake sale organised by Mary and Kathy. Kathy's returning.
That.
I thought old Mel here was going to casualty, but
come back.
Obviously Kathy is back in Weatherfield.
But it also says that various characters will participate, like Gemma, Billy, and Carla.
Oh, nice. Run. Okay, well, good on Carla, because I wouldn't say that's her thing.
And then they're going to do an emotional tribute to Paul, where they gather to share stories and messages of support and set up a memorial wall.
Lovely. Okay, do you want to know any more about Paul's story? Should we just get a picture of that?
No, I don't think... No, didn't we want to know what Billy's skeletons were?
Oh, okay, yeah. What will... Oh, can't get my capitals right. What will be the skeletons in Billy's cupboard... Closet. It said, sorry. Can you say that? Closet that come out. We want some specifics here.
Yeah, we want something juicy.
Revealed that Billy struggled with substance. We know that. Everybody knows that.
Family
An old acquaintance from his turbulent days resurfaced, threatening to expose.
Don't read them all out.
Okay, so
strange
drugs are going to come back again.
Hidden criminal past. I think they used this.
Yeah.
Previous romantic entanglements.
There we go. So an ex-partner for Billy's going to come along. And, of course, he's going to have a crisis of faith.
He's already done all of those.
Well, it looks like Corrie has been known to bring back stories, haven't they?
This to generate most of what Billy's been up to.
Okay, I want a picture of this this fun run.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so let's find out what this looks like then. A fun run past the Rovers Return in Coronation Street. Some people are running, some are in wheelchairs, and some are cycling. There is also a bake sale manned by a middle-aged brunette, that's Mary, and a slightly older auburn-haired woman. So we've got Kathy in here as well. Are you ready to see what this looks like?
Let's see what happens.
Here it is. What do we think of this? They've got the Rovers Return fairly right in these.
Somebody looks quite depressed in the bottom right there.
I don't know who these characters are. Which one should we go to? There's old Kathy there having a smell of the bake sale. All running past the Rovers Return there. Nice.
It's the Rovers Return.
Yeah, there's a slightly better Mary. That's just not too bad. Is it David in the background there, possibly? I don't know.
Somebody's booting
Somebody doesn't know how the wheelchair works on the left-hand side there.
I don't know.
Yeah, there's this. I don't know that. I don't like that.
What?
One.
They're going to run into Audrey's.
And there's a strange woman in a red head. So clearly Rita in the front there.
Oh gosh, Rita.
Wheelchair bound. I think I prefer the first one the best. I don't know. What do you think? Or should we have the cartoon?
I like that one.
The cartoon. Okay.
Yeah, there's Imran's come back. Look.
There we go. Imran running in the middle. Why not?
1, 2, 3. What a good number. So, I mean, we've had 2 of the major storylines, but we're missing the third big story of this show, which is Stu's saga.
Everybody wants to know what's going to happen with Stu and Eliza in 2024. Is it going to be over soon? Please, can't make it over soon.
I hope so. So, Michael has written all of these synopses, so thank you very much, Michael. I'll read this one.
Here's one I wrote earlier.
To remind us all because you may have forgotten. Maybe
fallen
you
asleep while the story was
weren't
on
conscious for some of these scenes. I'm so
it's
sorry.
all right, really.
I'm so sorry,
Go on.
Earlier this year, 68-year-old Stu Carpenter was awarded a large amount of money for being wrongfully imprisoned for murder decades ago. He's now out of prison and living with his girlfriend, who's not called Stu Carpenter.
No. I'll just change that to Yasmin. That would make more sense, wouldn't it? Yasmin Metcalf. There we go. So I sent you to these for you to check earlier.
No, you didn't.
I did too.
I didn't know I was supposed to check them.
Okay, never mind. Carry on.
And his 12-year-old granddaughter, Eliza Woodrow, whose mother, Bridget, is now in prison after it was discovered she was the actual murderer.
Oh, no.
Bridget's mother and Stu's former partner, Lucy, is also in prison for keeping Bridget's guilt a secret. Eliza has recently been staying with her father, Dom, who's been absent for all of her life until recently. Stu doesn't trust Dom and doesn't want him to take Eliza away from him and Yasmin. He has recently discovered that Dom has a secret family in Germany and has given him £10,000 to start a new life in Germany with them, though Eliza only thinks he's gone over there to visit on business.
Okay, so we might find out pretty soon about what's going to happen with this one, but let's see what ChatGPT is predicting for this one. You ready? Let's go.
Right.
So, family ties unravelled. Oh, this sounds almost too exciting. Stu, driven by his distrust of Dom, begins to investigate his past. He uncovers... We already know this bit already. Torn between protecting Yasmin and exposing Dom's secret, he confides in Yasmin about what he's discovered. Oh, so he's going to tell Yasmin the truth. Yasmin is faced with a moral dilemma, whether to confront Dom or give him the benefit of the doubt. Tell you what, I think that this is sounding a little bit too exciting. Should we make it more realistic and make it a little bit more mundane?
Yeah.
Okay, make the storyline more mundane and...
dull.
And dull, yeah. Okay, because, we've got to...
Dom's secret hobby, Stu, plagued by boredom, begins snooping around Dom's personal life out of sheer curiosity. To his mild surprise, he discovers Dom has a secret hobby. He's an avid collector of vintage spoons.
This is more like it.
Stu, unsure how to react, contemplates whether he should share this mundane revelation with Yasmin or keep it to himself.
Stu decides to casually mention Dom's spoon collection to Yasmin during dinner. Yasmin, unimpressed and uninterested, shrugs it off, expressing that everyone has their quirks.
Yeah.
The storyline unfolds with the thrilling excitement of domesticity as Yasmin wonders why Stu bothered bringing up such a trivial detail about Dom's life.
Eliza, preoccupied with her school assignments and online gaming, shows minimal interest in her father's spoon collecting hobby. The revelation does nothing to disrupt her routine, and she continues to navigate the awkwardness of living with her grandfather, Stu, and Yasmin.
I thought we were going to move in together then, collect spoons together.
The mundane nature of the storyline emphasises the monotony of everyday family life.
I wonder, can we make it even more mundane? I mean, it's...
No, Stu, in an attempt to spice up the storyline,
I don't want to spice it
mistakenly interprets Dom's mention of a business trip to Germany. Assuming it's a cover for something more exciting, Stu imagines elaborate scenarios involving espionage or secret affairs. The reality, however, is Dom is attending a dull industry conference on antique spoon craftsmanship. The storyline reaches its climax with a family dinner where Stu awkwardly brings up Dom's spoon collection, attempting to create drama where there is none. That's the catchphrase for this whole story. Yasmin, uninterested, and Eliza, more concerned about finishing her homework, react with indifference. The scene concludes with an anticlimactic resolution, highlighting the banality of the characters' lives.
You know what? I was going to make it more dull, but I'm happy with that
fine.
One. Should we get a picture of the spoon collection?
Yeah, I think we should do.
Okay, so a scene set inside a grotty flat. A greying middle-aged man with a bit of stubble on his face, this is Dom by the way, has an antique spoon collection spread out on the table in front of him. He's being spied on through the window by an old man with voluptuous white hair, this was Gemma's wording, not mine, and a beard who looks shocked. Okay, so let's find out what this is going to look like. Look at this. Perfect. I wouldn't say any of these look like Dom necessarily.
They do look a bit like him, just the hair's not right.
Maybe can this one be Dom? I quite like this with Stu in the background. It does look like Father Christmas. He was like, I was supposed to be giving those spoons to kill the little kiddies for Christmas and you've nicked them.
Can I give a shout out to the fact that we're keeping the boringness going with how dull these spoons are.
A
They're
nice
not even
colour scheme
interesting,
as
are
well.
they?
Let's just check at the others. Yeah, I mean that one could be Stu as well.
Oh, Dom looks worried in these. Too worried. He should be
you know,
admiring
maybe
his
he's lost a
spoons.
spoon.
Yeah, maybe he's counting like I'm sure I had more spoons.
I think there's the
one.
first one. Okay,
Yeah.
here we go. Here's Stu discovering Dom's boring spoon collection. Ready to move on to the next one?
Yeah, I don't want to, but I want to live in this spoon world.
Next up, the Evelyns story. So this is the Doggy Story. Everybody cares about pets at Christmas, don't they? I mean, it may well be resolved soon, but I've got a feeling that this might go well into 2024. So just to remind everyone what's been happening so far, just recently, 83-year-old Evelyn Plummer, a canny and cantankerous lady with unwavering loyalty for her family, had a run-in with a man called Terry, who she saw mistreating a dog. Earlier this year, Evelyn had to have her own pet greyhound, Cerberus, put to sleep as he was ill. To protect the dog that she saw Terry mistreating, she stole it from his van while he wasn't looking, and after hiding it out in her house for a few days, took it to an animal rescue centre. She now suspects that Terry is running an illegal puppy farm. Also involved in this story are her daughter Cassie, a recently reformed drug addict who has been absent from the family's life for 40 years, Tyrone, Cassie's mechanic's son, who has been on Coronation Street for 25 years, and Hope and Ruby, Tyrone's 12-year-old daughters. They're not exactly that age, I can't remember, but that will do. So, ready to find out what happens here?
Yes.
Let's go.
Hit it.
I'm hoping for some excitement for this one. Evelyns K9 Crusade. Gemma, go on.
So,
just tell us a bit about this. We'll see whether we want to keep it or give it a bit of a twist.
Well, Evelyn's fueled by her love for animals and suspicions about Terry. She investigates further, finds information about what Terry's up to, trying to uncover his involvement in this illegal puppy farming, and she's using her detective skills. We've definitely seen her use detective skills.
Yeah, this is kind of this fits
so
far.
Cassie's sceptical to begin with.
Oh, so she doesn't think there's a puppy farm going on. All right,
but then she becomes drawn into the investigation. So she finds a sense of purpose as a reformed drug addict to investigate this. And then the storyline explores their evolving relationship.
Oh, that's quite nice.
That seems like...
We've seen a bit of that over the year so far. So they're going to be bonding over taking down illegal puppy farms.
Now, Tyrone, for some reason, is caught between his loyalty to Evelyn and the uncertainty of the accusations against Terry. Conflicting emotions. His moral compass is tested when he learns about his grandmother's involvement in the investigation. That doesn't.
This isn't floating my boat.
Evelyn, embracing her cantankerous side, employs a series of sneaky tactics to gather evidence against Terry. She befriends local residents, infiltrates Terry's social circles, and uses a sharp wit to eavesdrop on conversations.
That sounds like what she might do.
The comedic elements of Evelyn's antics add a touch of humour to the storyline, creating moments of levity amidst serious investigations. The storyline reaches its climax when Evelyn uncovers concrete evidence of Terry's illegal activities. She, along with Cassie and Tyrone, confront Terry, leading to a dramatic showdown. The revelation exposes the truth about Terry's puppy farming operation, forcing him to face the consequences. The story concludes with a sense of justice.
Okay, well that's all right, isn't it? As a starter, I mean, it didn't tell us much. A bit of conflict between Cassie and Tyrone, maybe. Who should they side with? I want to make this. I think I want to make this like the climax of Britain's Got Talent Week 2024. This needs stunts and money thrown at it. Let's just see what happens there. Change the story so that I'm gonna say it becomes Coronation Street's most expensive storyline ever.
What do you think?
Ever, and is filled with explosive stunts.
And shocks.
And shocks. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see what we can do with that. I like the sound of that.
Okay.
Evelyn's high stake. Okay. Yeah. Evelyn, in her pursuit of justice for mistreated animals, accidentally stumbles upon a shocking revelation. The illegal puppy farm is just the tip of the iceberg. Oh, okay. Terry, it turns out, is part of a large criminal network involved in money laundering and other illicit activities. The discovery sends shockwaves through Coronation Street, setting the stage for an unprecedented and high-stakes storyline.
I'm a bit worried here, though, because
it's moving away from the dogs.
Money things and criminal networks are kind of boring.
Yeah, I think that as well. I'm just having a skim down there, and it looks like the dogs are out of it.
Just tell it needs to be...
It needs to focus more on the dogs.
Yeah.
It needs to be expensive, but focus more on the dogs. I'm going to say please.
Yeah.
Just to be polite. Okay. Evelyns K9 Crusade, the dogged pursuit. Evelyn, driven by her love for animals, discovers that Terry's illegal puppy farm is just the tip of a dark canine trafficking operation.
Oh, I like
the
that.
storyline kicks off with an elaborate and expensive rescue mission involving helicopters, state-of-the-art surveillance equipment, and an animal rescue team. Viewers are treated to breathtaking aerial shots of the rescue operation, showing the grand scale of the efforts to save the mistreated dogs. I love it.
Can I ask, an animal rescue team, does that mean that she's got like a herd of dogs?
Yeah,
like
maybe.
A pack of dogs with like little rescue vests on.
I'm kind of imagining the the heli vets from
Oh gosh.
was Mitchell and Webb.
Yeah.
Stunt-filled dog heist. To expose the criminals, Evelyn, Cassie and Tyrone embark on a daring heist to rescue the dogs from Terry's clutches. This is brilliant.
Yeah.
Stunt-filled sequences push the boundaries of Coronation Street's production, elevating the storyline to new heights of excitement.
I like high-speed dog transport.
Canine witness protection. After the rescue, Evelyn initiates a canine witness protection program to safeguard the rescued dogs from retaliation. The program involves constructing a state-of-the-art dog shelter with luxurious amenities, supervised by an elite team of veterinarians and trainers. Okay, this sounds good. High-stakes legal battle, explosive canine sanctuary opening. Event features celebrity appearances, red carpet entrances, and a lavish ceremony that highlights Coronation Street's commitment to animal welfare. Well, that's
they'd
good.
like that,
as long
they?
as we don't forget the commitment to animal welfare, and they get the
Yeah.
RSPCA lady in to help them film it.
She can be the guest star.
I think that sounds good. Are we ready for a picture?
Yeah.
Right, so a glamorous 83-year-old lady is being lowered from a helicopter into a pen of puppies on the roof of the farm. Oh, I'm going to put... Yeah, this is my second go at this one, I have to say. We tried to do a legal puppy farm, but it didn't like it. On the roof of the farm next door, a 40-year-old man in a maroon mechanic overall is being chased by a Rottweiler. I've made that bit up myself, but it did say there's rooftop chases. There are fireworks in the background. Let's see what it comes up with for that. Yeah, here we go. Right, so what on earth is going on here?
Oh my goodness me!
I think I'm going with this.
There's a bit of confusion.
I think I'm going. No, it's going.
Yeah,
here's
that's fine.
Evelyn coming out of a helicopter.
Who are all these people sitting on the roof?
I thought that's us, the enraptured viewers.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
must be.
Yeah, those dogs are very happy to be being rescued there.
Tyrone looks buff, doesn't he?
He's not being chased by a Rottweiler, although we do have a Rottweiler there. Okay. That's not bad. This reminds me of that picture of Tyrone and Alina with the exploding car behind them.
Yeah.
Look at Evelyn at the top
What's
there.
she holding?
She's got a dog. She's rescued a dog,
I know, but
hasn't
what's
she?
that fur behind it?
I don't know.
This is odd.
As a
It's
woman,
just,
giant woman on a roof. I think the perspective's
No.
wrong a bit there. Not Evelyn riding on
She'd
top
get
of
her
a
head chopped
helicopter.
off, wouldn't she?
Yeah.
That's the best one.
This one. Okay, so here
Yeah.
is Evelyn rescuing the dogs from the puppy farm in
We're in
Corrie's
a
most
ball
expensive storyline ever.
Yeah, those puppies would cost a lot of money to wrangle, I think. Okay, this is our final storyline for this session.
Oh, but I'm loving this.
I know, but I think we need to quit where we're ahead. Maybe we'll come back and do some more of these.
Because if people like this, if
Yeah.
people want to see more, let us know, and we might do another one later on in the week. But
we haven't done all the storylines.
but there's plenty more to say about 2024. Can we do the Ed storyline?
Yes.
That's like the Stu story. I know that people are chomping at the bit to find out what happens at number 3 next. So, Gemma, do you want to read this one out? What's happened so far for the Baileys?
What we're feeding into the AI is that 60-year-old Ed Bailey has recently been experiencing a resurgence of his gambling addiction, which ruined his family's finances 5 years ago. He currently lives with his son Michael and Michael's 2-year-old daughter Glory at number 3 Coronation Street. Mm-hmm. Also, Ed's father Sarge has also recently come to Weatherfield to visit.
He has.
Sarge is hoping that Ed and Ed's brother Ronnie can lend him some money to start up a business back home in the Caribbean. Ronnie is an entrepreneur and has no problems lending Sarge money, and he encourages Ed to do the same, not realising that Ed's gambling addiction is flaring up again and he doesn't have any money. Ed is a builder and already owes money to people who have done some work for him. Plus, he has been dipping into the business account of the business he shares with Ronnie. Mm-hmm. Also involved in this story are Dee Dee, Ed's daughter and a lawyer, Joel, Dee Dee's boyfriend and also a lawyer, and Debbie, Ronnie's girlfriend, who is a canny and sometimes underhanded businesswoman who owns a number of businesses,
I've used the word business a lot here.
A local hotel. Ed is trying to keep the return of his gambling addiction a secret from everyone.
Okay, so let's see what's going to happen here. I'm expecting greatness, ChatGPT. Ed's Gambit, a high-stakes family drama. Sarge, Ed's father, arrives in Weatherfield. That's already happened. Starting a business, Caribbean, la la la. Okay, Ed, struggling with his resurging gambling addiction, puts on a deceptive front, pretending to be on solid financial ground. This is already happening.
yeah.
As Sarge discusses business plans and potential investments, Ed grapples with the pressure to appear supportive while concealing the reality of his financial woes. Viewers witness Ed's internal struggles, blah, blah, blah. Debbie...
Hang on, yeah.
Debbie, okay. Ronnie's savvy and underhanded girlfriend discovers the financial... Oh, right, so Debbie is going to find out about Ed's gambling. Unbeknownst to him, she decides to exploit the situation for her own gain. That sounds I think that sounds very much like Debbie Webster. The storyline takes a twist as Debbie leverages her knowledge to strike business deals that could benefit her enterprises, introducing an element of suspense and corporate intrigue. Ed's going to have a desperate gamble. What's he going to do? Story unfolds with high stakes poker games, clandestine visits to the bookies, and a web of lies that threaten to unravel Ed's carefully crafted facade. Okay.
And then Sarge confronts him. Everyone's sad.
It's not really telling us much.
No,
how can we make this one more interesting?
I think we should make this paranormal. I think we should add a bit of the supernatural to this.
Well, why not? I mean, Corrie has been known for ghosting once or twice in the past. Okay. What should we say then? Change this story. Oh, got my capitals wrong again. Change this story so that it features more
paranormal elements.
Paranormal and supernatural elements. Paranormal and supernatural.
Maybe
surely this is going to make it better.
Maybe he'll get some guidance for like what to bet on.
Let's find out. That's what's going to happen here. So do you want to have a read of this one, as this was your idea?
What is this? Sarge has claims to have had a prophetic dream about a magical venture in the Caribbean involving hidden treasure and mystical elements that could change the family's fortune. Ronnie is fascinated by this supernatural turn of events and supports his quest, setting off a chain of mystical occurrences.
Oh, yes.
Ed is troubled by his gambling addiction and haunted by spectral visions, begins to experience paranormal premonitions about the family's financial future. Ghostly apparitions appear with cryptic messages warning him of dangers that lie ahead. Ed grapples with the otherworldly forces at play while trying to decipher the spectral messages that seem to link to his gambling woes.
This is going to be a bit Christmas Carolish, is it? The ghost of gambling future, the ghost of gambling past.
So it's interesting that they're not telling him what to bet on. It seems like he's cursed in some way, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, it looks like Debbie's cursed as well here.
Oh, yeah, Debbie.
Go on.
Go on, no.
Debbie's cunning and underhanded business dealings take an eerie turn when she unknowingly strikes a deal with a supernatural entity.
Oh, dear.
The storyline introduces a mysterious curse that complicates her machinations, resulting in unexpected consequences for her and her entourage. Well, it would do if you're going to strike a business deal with a ghost.
You can't expect
Paranormal elements add an element of suspense and intrigue to the unfolding drama. Ed's desperate deal with the other world. As Ed's gambling addiction reaches its peak, he makes a desperate pact with a supernatural entity that promises a way out of financial ruin. The paranormal deal leads to a series of eerie occurrences, blurring the lines between the natural and supernatural realms. Ed's struggle with the otherworldly consequences becomes a central theme, blah, blah, blah. Oh, and then a family exorcism. The story culminates in a supernatural intervention where the Bailey family must confront the paranormal forces that have entangled their lives. A family exorcism, guided by a mysterious medium, becomes the centrepiece of the dramatic conclusion. Okay, so any questions you want to know about this?
I want a ghost in there.
But we've got Debbie having a striking a deal with the supernatural. Okay, so we want a ghost.
Add a ghost.
Okay. Can one of them meet a ghost?
Yeah.
Sarge's enigmatic dream and ghostly guide.
A ghost just tells them.
Ed begins to experience ghostly visions of a spectral figure. Okay, the ghost... Ed's paranormal encounters with a ghost intensify, and he discovers that the spectral figure is connected to a tragic past linked to the hidden treasures. This is the treasure in the Caribbean that Ed Sarge has found out about. The ghost, a former gambler who suffered a similar fate, serves as a cautionary guide to Ed, warning him of the dire consequences of succumbing to his gambling addiction. Yeah, okay. And then it continues like that. So should we get a picture of Ed meeting this ghostly gambler? I think we'll have it in a casino as well. A scene set in a haunted casino with ghosts flying about in the background. I think a haunted casino would be quite good for this. Where else would you meet a ghost of a gambling addict? A middle-aged black man in a builder's overall and a black beanie hat, Ed's trademark headwear, is terrified to meet the ghost of a gambling addict. But there we go. This is which one of these looks most like Ed?
Oh, these are actually really scary. Can you?
I don't really like their ideas of I mean, that one, is that a gambling addict? I'm looking at the ghost that he's meeting, and we just got the Scream ghost here.
That
generic
one's scary.
ghost. Yeah, but what's so gambling addicty about it? I like the haunted casino.
Maybe we should make it so that the ghost has cards, playing cards flying out of it.
Okay. Let's just change that prompt then. Okay, so I've added the ghost has human features and has playing cards flying from his hands. Do we try and make the man a bit older? Oh no, that can still. He's kind of wearing he's a bit dressed like Mario here.
He looks a bit like a children's television presenter.
Yeah, what can I say instead of
grizzly?
Yeah, it's the overall that's doing it, isn't it? No. But that's what it is. But Ed doesn't wear this. It's fine, isn't it?
I put grizzly.
A grizzly middle-aged man. Okay. A grizzly... Sorry.
No, not grizzly.
Oh, not how do you spell grizzly?
Isn't it just like grizzle?
Oh, like grizzly bear.
Isn't that right? Oh,
yeah, okay. Gosh. Sorry, Ed, for calling you grizzly and gristly. Let's see what this turns out. Okay, is this better?
These are really scary.
I don't see the human features. I don't... So he's got a beard in all of these. So clearly his gambling addiction leads Ed to lose.
Maybe grizzly is the wrong word to use.
Well, it doesn't matter.
This one's scary.
That is a scary one, isn't it? I like all the cards and everything. Yeah. That was a good touch.
The Scream mask.
Oh no, my gosh, it's a ghost.
That one's horrible.
Do we not have this?
No, I don't like that one.
I don't like that one. I don't get why it's not made it human when it's. But which one should we? I think this one.
Yeah.
Can we go for this one? So there's Ed having a spectral encounter with a gambling addict, and maybe this is going to get him to change his ways. We'll have to see.
We'll have to see, won't we? Yeah. So there you go, everybody.
There we are. There's 2024 in Coronation Street, as predicted by ChatGPT.
I'm pretty sure that these will come true.
I think absolutely. Like we said, there's plenty more that we could go for here. I've got a few more storyline synopses already typed up. So if you're interested in finding out more about what's going to happen in Corrie in 2024, then leave a like and a comment, and maybe we'll come back later in the week and see what else is going to happen. But I, for one, feeling quite positive about the next 12 months in Coronation Street after this little experiment. Are you?
And I welcome our paranormal overlords.
Same here. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in today, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.